All right, this is Terms Unit 25, Part 2. So, once we found the area of these three rectangles, we're going to add them together. Down here, Muscles Gym has a rack of hand weights. There are 4 hand weights that weigh 5 pounds each. Timeout. I just thought of something up here. I have 2 rectangles over here in this area. This is 5 inches and this is 4. If I were you, I should have done this earlier. If I were you, I would take this big rectangle, which is this going around the H. Let me get a different color. Let's say green. So I would trace around here. This is my rectangle. This is 12 by 10. So 12 by 10 is 120. Now I would take away the inside of these 2 rectangles. So this is 5 by 4, and this is 5 by 4. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier, but that's an option, and your answer will be there. So you would take away 5 times 4, and 5 times 4 again. Okay, so yeah, you would be taking out these 2 rectangles here. Alrighty. And once you get that answer, you'll be good. Alright, Muscles Gym has a rack of hand weights. There are 4 hand weights that weigh 5 pounds each. So that's 5 pounds. What is the area of the side of the hand weight shown? So this is the side. It's not 3-dimensional, it's 2-dimensional. So they want to know about these shapes, which are rectangles, and then this rectangle in here. So if this is 1 inch here and this is 1 inch here, again, I would find the area of this whole entire rectangle. So from here to here, and then I would subtract these little inside rectangles here and here. So if that's the same rectangle on the inside, I just need to find the area and multiply it by 2. So this is 8 3/4, and then I need to find out this is 1 inch. So 8 3/4 times 1 is 8 3/4. Now I need 2 of those. So 8 3/4 times 2. I would get an answer here. Okay, these are the small rectangles. Small rectangles. Once I calculate the area of those small rectangles, I'm going to find the large rectangles, which from here is 4, and then from here to here is 8 3/4. So 4 plus 8 is 12, plus another 4 here. That's going to be 16 3/4. So I'll do 16 3/4 times, oh, I didn't write any formulas. A equals base times height. So that's my small rectangle. A equals base times height. That's my big one. All right. And then times the height, which is 4 1/2. Okay. So I would multiply that by that. And then I would subtract the 2 small rectangles. Okay, and you can estimate, like you could say 16 3/4 is close to 17, 4 is close to 5, 4 1/2 is close to 5. So I would do 17 times 5, and then 8 3/4 is close to 9. So I would do 9 times 2. Okay, just kidding. They want you to have the exact answer here because this one and this one are really close, and I can tell you now that I've just narrowed it down for you. But these are only different by 2/4. So, I'm sorry, 2/8, which is 1/4. Yes, just making sure I did the math correctly on that. So be careful here with these 2 answers. Once you've calculated 8 3/4 times 2 and 16 3/4 times 4 1/2. All right, so here I would consider this shape right here as a trapezoid. I'm going to shade in this whole thing. Boom, trapezoid. Area equals base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. And then a quarter circle is pi times radius squared divided by 4. All right, so we have a radius of 4, so my radius squared is 16, and then I would multiply that by 3.14 and then divide by 4. So quarter circle and equals pi radius squared divided by 4. Pi times 16 divided by 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So this is 4 times pi. So I'm going to look at my cheat sheet. 4 times pi is 12.56. That's my quarter circle. And then my trapezoid, I'm going to do base 1, which is 8, and then the bottom here, base 2, which is 17 minus 4, because I'm covering this up. I don't want it. So 17 minus 4 is 13. So I'm going to do 8 plus 13 times my height. How tall my trapezoid is 8 because this is a square. So 8 plus 13 times 8 divided by 2. 8 plus 13 is 21 times 8. 21 times 8, 168 divided by 2. That's going to be 84. So I'm going to do 12.56 plus 84, and then I'll get my answer. All right, number 4. Gretchen draws a pattern to help construct a bow for her sister's doll. This is 2 trapezoids and a rectangle. 2 trapezoids, 1 rectangle. How many square centimeters of material does Gretchen need to construct 3 bows for her sister's doll? Okay, so this is just 1 bow. I'll also need 3 of them. Area for a rectangle is base times height. Area for a trapezoid is base 1 plus base 2 times the height cut in half. So the base 1 of my trapezoid is right here, and that's 6. The base 2 of my trapezoid is over here, which is 10. And then the height of my trapezoid is 5. So I'm going to do 6 plus 10 times 5 divided by 2. And I'm going to need 2 of those. And then I'm going to need 6 times 4. I'm going to need 1 of those. So I'm going to add the 3 areas, then multiply by 3. And then I'll get my answer. Number 4 on page 252. Ships in a first-generation video game were modeled like the one shown. Hold on. Okay. Were modeled like the one shown. How many square inches of video screen did one ship occupy? So this is on a video screen. So this is 1 1/3 by some measurement here. This measurement is the same as this, but they take off 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch here. And 1/2 plus 1/2 equals a whole. 1/2 times 2 equals 1. So I'm going to take off 1 inch from here. So this is no longer 3 2/5, but this is 2 2/5. So I'm going to find the area of that. So it's an area of a rectangle and a parallelogram, which is the same formula, A equals base times height. The height of my parallelogram is 2 inches. The base of it is 3 2/5. So area equals 3 2/5 times 2. And then this equals, come over here, 1 1/3 times 2 2/5. Then I'll add those together. 2 Herman draws a scale model of 1/2 of the side of a house. 1 centimeter equals 3 feet. Based on Herman's scale model, what is the actual area of the entire side of the house? So this is 2 centimeters. This is also 2 centimeters. This is 4 centimeters. And I believe this is 2 centimeters too because it has the little tick mark here. So this triangle is going to be area equals 1/2 base times height. And this rectangle is going to be base times height. So I'm going to say 2 times 4 gives me some number. Then I'm going to say 2 times 2 cut in half. If you divide by 2, more than likely you'll cross these 2's out and you'll be left with 2. That's the area of the triangle. And then you'll find the area of the rectangle. Once you find this area here, you're going to add it to this one. So rectangle plus triangle. Then you're going to convert it to feet, which is 1 to 3. So I would put 1/3, 1 centimeter is 3 feet equals however many centimeters you get here, and then convert that to feet. So this would be X, and then this answer plus this is going to go right here on top. Number 3, Sandra admires a beautiful stained glass window in a museum. The window is shown in the figure. How many square feet of glass is used to create the window? Use pi as approximately 22 over 7. All right, so this is 6 feet and this is 18. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base height. So 1/2 times 6 times 18. 1/2 times 6 times 18. This is a rectangle. This is 12 times 18. This is also 12 up here. Area equals base times height. So that's 18 times 12. We'll get an answer. And then I'll cut this in half, which will make my radius 6 because my diameter is 12. Then I'll square it. R squared equals 36. Then I'll find the area of a circle, which is pi r squared, but divided by 2 because it's a semicircle. So I'm going to say 36 times pi divided by 2. Or I can cut 36 in half, which would be 18. And then I'll go to my chart here and find 18 pi, or 18 times pi. And then I'll add that to this area, and this area. And then there will be an answer here that'll be equivalent. Lester runs track and field each year. A sketch of the track Lester practices on is shown. If I draw a line here, I have 2 half circles which make a whole circle and a rectangle. If this is 36 meters, then my radius is half of that. So 36 divided by 2 is 18. So r squared equals 18. I'm sorry, r squared equals 18 times 18. R is 18. Calculate r squared. Then find the area of your circle, pi radius squared, 30.14 times 18 times 18. Then you'll get an answer here. And then you'll find the area of the rectangle. 36, formula. A equals base times height, which is 36 times 84. You should have a fairly large number there. All right. Page 255, I will work on my next video starting next week. You've gotten a good start so far. Have a good weekend. I'll see y'all in March.